Okay, Keir, so a fantastic 3-1 win away from home, a long journey up to Hereford. It was a tough place to come, but we were very dominant throughout the game. You must be really pleased to pick up 3 points after the defeat to Malvern last week.
Yeah, great to bounce back with a win straight away. I think that's always important just for morale. Like you said, really difficult place to come when they play home games on 4G. I always feel they've got a massive advantage. Play good football, good side. They're going quite nicely this season, but I think we have really good value for the 3 points across the 90 minutes. First half could have been 3, could have been 4. Give them a sniff to get back in it. With the penalty that we give away right on the stroke of half time, and they did have a good 10-15 minute spell where they knocked on the door, but even during those periods still had time in the game to kill that off, to hit them on the counter when obviously we were soaking up pressure. But yeah, really delighted with the 3 points and the performance to match. I thought Neeks, Higgs and Baffy all scoring, all my number 9's today. It was really good for team morale. And I said to the boys before the game, obviously you've seen that Leon and Chris and Keatsy were all on the bench today, and I think that's going to be important for us moving forward with the squad to make sure that everyone stays fresh and everyone stays hungry and on their toes. And today and last week at Malvern had a really good squad, so we could change things from the bench when we needed to. And I thought when we made the changes of Leon and Chris coming on today just to settle things down, and we saw the game out then with relative ease, and then managed to nick one late on as well just to put the game to bed indefinitely. So yeah, I think it's just one of those games where after the Malvern defeat we could have sulked a little bit, or morale could have been down, or confidence could have been low, but we trained really well Tuesday night and bounced back immediately with a really proud performance today. Everyone gave everything, played some really good football and scored 3 really good goals. So yeah, delighted with that.
How important was that third goal, given Hereford were slowly coming back into the game towards the end, and there was always a chance that they were going to get an equaliser? How important was that final goal for us? Yeah,
and I think that's probably been the story of our season so far. Just not killing teams off when we have the chance, and then obviously they can always have that sniff to get back into the game, and they're going to keep slinging balls into the box and from set plays and long throws, and it's up to us to deal with them if you don't put the games to bed, which always doesn't happen for us. So it's important that we kept them out for long periods in that second half. But I think Rad's had a steady game today, although he didn't really have many saves to make, but commanded his box well. Coops and Jenksy were centre halves today, didn't really have too much trouble, and I don't think anyone watching today could have any complaints of us taking home the 3 points today.
Gary Higdon was substituted just before half time. He picked up a bit of an injury when he scored his goal. He looked in a bit of a bad way at the time, but is there an update on him?
Yeah, I think he's fine. Obviously just got one in the head, and that, I think these days with head injuries, just got to be so careful. With the good option that we had of Baffy just coming on for a straight swap for him, it was a no-brainer really. So he's fine, got his goal, come off at half time just to wrap him up, and and then Baffy had put a really good shift and got himself off the mark in the league this season. So yeah, really happy for him as well.
And coming up next is Malmesbury Vicks on Tuesday in the League Cup. This time last year, you'd probably have played a couple of the reserves team in that game. There's not too much rotation you can do, but is that going to be a game where you're going to, again, rest the likes of Higgs and Chrissy in preparation for that FA Vars game? So
I think probably important for Chrissy and Leon to get good minutes. And there'll be other lads that just to get up to steam, like Baffy will probably need a good 90 minutes in him as well. Check on Higgs in Keatsy, but without the development squad that we've got this year, because we don't have it anymore, the same 17, 18 lads turn up week in, week out now. So whether you're on the bench or you start in, I think it's just brings us a bit closer together that we have the same boys every single week. And it's a competition that I think is important for the longevity of the season. We're going to have the Vars on Saturday. We've got a break from the league for almost 2 weeks now, I think. We're going to have Salisbury in the Wilts Cup. We're going to have Keynsham in the Vars, and we're going to have Malmesbury in the Floodlit Cup. Keeps everyone hungry, keeps everyone who needs minutes honest, and just like I said, keeps interest in the course of the season then. So you don't want to just be playing for the league by the time October's out, so we'll be all cup competitions. I'll want to progress in and do as well as possible and challenge on all formats.
And lastly, did you have a man of the match for us today?
I'd probably give my man of the match today to either Pitty or Dan Demkiff. Either one of those two are really good today. Dan was a constant threat out wide for us. Worked really hard. Probably still not at 100% match fitness for us because he's just in and out with work and things like that. But I thought Pitty was exceptional for us today. Obviously, it's only his second game. Really huge signing for the football club and a really good lad to go along with it. He'd probably be one of my standouts today as well. That's not to discredit any of the other performances from the boys, but I just think they're probably the two that stood out most for me. Final note, and nice to see Nickel get his first goal in Corsham colours. Really well taken goal. Hopefully that's the first of many for him. So yeah, like I said earlier on in the interview, all my number 9s getting goals today is a great thing for my strike force going forward.